We have a new moon in Capricorn. Okay, and it arrives in our life like this grounding force. It urges us to reconnect with the essence of stability, of purpose, of deliberate growth, deliberate growth. It's a pause button. Okay, it offers a moment to reassess our path, and redefine our goals with a clarity, with intention. Okay, this energy calls for practicality, for long-term vision, where ambition is not going to be hurried. It's going to be rooted. It's going to be rooted in wisdom and resilience. It's a call to build something enduring, meaningful, and it urges us to reflect on the foundation of our life. Are you living your best life? And if not, what needs to change? Usually doubts will arise. We may ponder if we're capable of achieving what we desire, or if the path we are on will lead to the fulfillment we seek. And these feelings are natural. It's part of the process. Okay? This energy encourages us to sit with these emotions and not behind them. They're not barriers. They're indicators. They're arrows pointing to where we need to focus and grow. So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery and gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy. And by the end of our time together, I hope you discover the key insights, the tools you'll need to walk each day with a confidence, with a clarity, with love. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. Welcome to your daily focus, December the 30th, 2024. Okay, we'll start with the numerology. We have the 30 energy. The 30 energy is about celebrating ourselves, celebrating some kind of completion, some kind of ending, some kind of progress, some step we've made, who we have become, our accomplishments. The 30 is very much about looking at ourselves as this well-oiled machine, that we can do whatever is necessary to make our impossibles possible in this life. To grow our dreams, to step into opportunities and adventures and great loves. 3 plus 0 is a 3 energy. The 3 energy invites us to allow transformation into our life, to go in search of what inspires us, what fills us with passion, what fills us with love, through our curiosity, to get curious about the world around us and what it has to offer us. It's also about our voice, our thoughts, our dreams, our visions of our tomorrow, and growing them strong. And if we look at the daily numerology, it'd be a 3 plus the 3 plus an 8, which gives us a 14 energy. The 14 energy is about gaining balance. It's about simplifying. It's about having more by having less. And 1 plus 4 is a 5, creating joy and happiness, giggles and laughter, allowing our creativity to flow, our inner expression to flow, to invite in romance. Sun is in Capricorn, moon is in Capricorn, and we have a new moon in Capricorn at 9 degrees. So 9 is about endings and completions, but we are doing it for the purpose of making way for new beginnings, new starts. And you may have heard it's a black moon. Okay, so there's several reasons why we would refer to a moon as a black moon. Today we are describing it as such because it's the second new moon for the month of December. So it's like days before the new year arrives, we're gifted with this beautiful, splendid energy to make those New Year's resolutions, to catapult us into successful paths, strong bonds, great prosperity. You know, Capricorn is about our ambition, our drive. It's about discipline and structure, boundaries, stability, accountability, time, patience. And a new moon is about fresh starts and new beginnings, planting those seeds. It's about hope and renewal and potential and possibilities. So these energies are dancing together within the skies, creating this beautiful energy for us to go forward in dynamic ways, short term and long term. It's a very powerful energy to reset, to refocus our goals, as well as setting new intentions, okay, for long-term success, stability. So ask yourself what you truly want to achieve and then give it a timeline. We know there will be work, so recognize the time, recognize the consistent effort you will need to apply to this. So spend some time thinking of any tools, any skills, any support systems that you will need to utilize. Where do we want to grow? Where do we want to commit? Are our routines supporting our goals? Are relationships aligned with our growth? Are we hanging out with the wrong crowd? Do we need to get around like-minded people? What I do day in and day out, does that move me one step closer? Do I give my goal, my dream, my passions 5 minutes of my time in a day or more? More would be good. Am I investing my time and energy into things that can align with my goals, my dreams, my passions? Put in place an accountability for yourself. It could be crossing the days off on a calendar or having a friend or mentor to check in with. Absolutely. It's a great time to create a vision board. Absolutely. Create a budget. Rework that budget. Start a journal. Okay, incorporate meditation into your routine. Not only are these great things to do in the present time, but it also serves working on your self-discipline to work these things into your life. And when we can self-discipline ourselves in one way, we can do it in many ways. It's like everything else. It's a muscle that we have to work. And we could become quite overwhelmed with our obligations, our commitments, our burdens by, all the things that need to fit into each day already. Okay, so we got to remember to break down those huge goals into small, doable steps and have a patience with ourselves. But I think also if you really embrace this energy, you'll be celebrating that surge of confidence, when you realize that you've made progress. It's definitely a time to be open to change. Don't become too rigid in your thoughts or in your actions or what you do. Okay, we have to have change in our life. What is it? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing day in and day out and expecting a different result. Relationships, romantic and platonic. Okay, we need to consider whether the people in our life inspire us to be our best self, or do they pull us away from our potential? We really want to use this energy to nurture those strong relations we already have. Okay, we want our connections to feel like solid ground. So, and letting go, making a little bit of space to those that no longer serve our highest good. Money and career could come into a very sharp focus during this time, okay, being Capricorn. Are your financial decisions supporting the future you're dreaming of? Is this a moment to address lingering doubts about your earning potential or spending habits or where you plan on your career to go, the trajectory of your career? Perhaps we're getting nudged by the universe to budget a little bit more mindfully, or to plan investments, or take on that bold project we've been hesitating over. It invites us to examine whether our current role actually aligns with our values, with our dreams, with our passions. And if not, it's a chance to map out a few steps towards a career that fulfills us. Whether it's learning a new skill, reaching out to a mentor, seeking an opportunity that will challenge us or inspire us in some way. So yes, new moons and full moons are times of deep self-reflection. And we're encouraged during this time to ask ourselves some big questions. What do we truly want from life? How can we align our inner thoughts into our outer actions for a new reality? What practical steps can we take today that will set the stage for a brighter tomorrow? And yeah, we may feel a tinge of pressure. Absolutely. Remember, we're not going for perfection here. It's progress that matters. It's about taking one step closer to the life we've always envisioned and celebrating those steps along the way. Every small action we take now, if it's rooted in intention, okay, it'll ripple out to create a future filled with purpose, with promise. So the energy asks us to trust ourselves, to believe in our own power, to create a life that feels as solid and reliable as the earth beneath our feet. Okay, let's go to the cards. They're all lined up and awaiting us. Underlying energy is the Three of Pentacles. Show up and do the work. There are no shortcuts. It's one brush stroke at a time. That is the energy that will lead us forward the most over the next 2 weeks, to remind ourselves of that. When we get all gung-ho and we just throw ourselves within some projects, after day 3 or day 4, we're whipped. Or maybe it's a couple weeks or a couple months down the road. But then we want to pack it up, put it on a shelf, and come back to it at a later date because we've had enough of it. Okay? We need to work on consistency, which means shorter bites. Smaller steps. Look for that 5 minutes or 10 minutes or even 15 minutes in your day, rather than trying to do 2 hours or 8 hours. Or you will find yourself accomplishing a lot more because you are designating that time for your projects, your plans, your passions, your dreams, your goals, whatever that may be. And try not, keep it a small window if at all possible. Yes, we want to expand on that window, but we may do it in other ways to bring in balance in other parts of our life as well. The Three of Pentacles. Put your best foot forward. Do your best job possible. Even if you don't think anybody is watching, under a Three of Pentacles energy, somebody is always taking notes. And who knows, they might offer you that job tomorrow. Or maybe the phone rings because they remembered you on a job 2 years ago and you were so fantastic and they're getting together a new crew and your name popped up in their head. Look for those kinds of opportunities to appear down the road. Right now, we want to focus on ourselves, our actions, our action plan. We have the Ace of Cups. Oh yeah, it's time to embrace those new intentions, those dreams, those desires, the things that we want most in our life, the things that we want to take from our thoughts and make them into our reality, to make them tangible, to weave them into our reality. So it is about new beginnings. When we have new beginnings, we have to let go of the old. We can't fit it in our arms. Look at that. We embrace that cup. We're way down on the bottom there, and we're embracing the cup. And our arms are stretched out as far as they can, so we can't take stuff with us. We have to leave it in the rearview mirror here. And really put our focus and attention on the things that we want to create, the things that we want to build, the things that will bring us success, that will bring us Yeah, long-term happiness, joy, peace of mind. The Hermit. We go into our desert, we go into our cave. We pull back. We meditate, we journal. We look at the past and our accomplishments, how we've grown perhaps as a person in order to be in the here and now. Of course, we want to look at the here and now and how our life has changed because of those grand steps we took, those bold steps we took in the past in order to cement the way forward today, to be happening in our life, for an opportunity to appear. So maybe we are searching for that opportunity. Maybe we are coming more into alignment of what truly fills us with passion and happiness, and start maybe replacing that 9-to-5 job with something that fills your passion. It's only then. It's only when we have that goal written down on our calendar, ready to draw the X's every day towards our best life ever, our happiest life ever, our best timeline ever. Somebody said that the other day, the timeline. I truly do believe there are different directions you can go, okay? I do a lot of research a lot of the time. And, I came across this case study, and it was about our lives in between lives. So, what we do. And I can't remember the name, but it was probably a fictional name anyways. Mary, we'll say Mary. Mary was seeking this hypnosis to go back in time, look at other lives, look at lives between lives. And because she felt, she was suicidal. She just didn't want it anymore. She was very lonely and detached. And so Mary went, and it turned out that Mary's past 3 lives, she had committed suicide. And that was one of the struggles that she was here to overcome, of facing what she was dealing with and doing something about it. And so knowing that, Mary is probably still with us today, doing incredible things in her life, and understanding how she needed to be the initiator, to be the independent in her own storyline. I don't know where that came from, but something about believing past lives. I wanted to do something for, New Year's for you, and I'm thinking Chiron would be the perfect planet or asteroid or meteorite. I think it's considered a meteorite. I think it's a solid form of ice that it evaporates right into gas. It doesn't even get to the watery stage, telling us that Chiron is it takes that human experience and the wound from the human experience and enlightening ourselves upwards to where the scar disappears, to where it has become something that has enabled us to go forward in the way we want. I'm getting way off topic here, but if you want me to continue on that, maybe I'll do a separate video on it for you. The 6 of Cups is here. The 6 of Cups hasn't been around in quite some time. The 6 of Cups tells you that nobody should be able to criticize your dreams. Nobody should take away your dreams. Nobody should tell you that you shouldn't or you couldn't or you mustn't or you can't. So where people have set limitations in your life, where people have said you can't walk down this road, but yet you are called in that direction, I invite you under this kind of energy to, take a look at it. Take a look at that path. Because chances are you can. Chances are somebody was giving you their opinion of you living their life. And of course they can't see themselves doing it, so why would they tell you you can? So people criticize us. They tell us we cannot. And we definitely can. If you're called to a dream, if you're called to a passion, if you're called to a desire, there is a reason for it. So maybe it's time to start looking outside of our beautiful life and start looking at new beauty that can be found. Maybe it's joining a club or a group of some sort within the neighborhood, branching yourself out to the new possibilities that can be there, to open yourself up to some opportunities and adventures, maybe even some great loves. Okay, this is a card that tells us that something, and it could be as far back as your childhood or even a past life, where we feel that we are not deserving of that, or we should not do this. You know, children should be seen and not heard. You'll never amount to anything. Don't quit your day job. You suck at this, you know. That was simply their opinion. It was not to be etched into stone at any point in time. So allow that to evaporate. Allow Chiron's icy matter, that hard emotion that you're dealing with, of not being enough, and let it turn into that gas that enlightens you. And you see the possibilities, the potential within you. Okay, I've gone on far too long. Breakthrough. The 8 energy. The 8 energy is growing your prosperity, growing your stature. Breakthrough. And you know what? When we pull it back, when we sit there in quiet contemplation, when we meditate on it, when we journal about it, we get those breakthroughs. When we ask our brains to think about it throughout the night and come up with some possible answers in the morning, it happens. So pay attention to your thoughts waking and sleeping. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to what is calling you forward. And you will, more than not, have some kind of little aha moment, that epiphany. Feel confident that things are falling into place just as a seedling breaks through the surface of the earth. You too are going to experience an emergence. The efforts of your hard work will become evident, and you will begin to see the difference in all of your labor and time that you have invested has made. Count your blessings. You're gifted with a creative touch and the ability to generate new and wondrous things. Take a moment to feel proud of yourself for all that you have accomplished. Things are falling into place. You may not see it. You may not see it for a while. That's okay. The Three of Pentacles showed up as the underlying energy, just one brush stroke at a time, and just keep your focus on being the best version of you that you can possibly be. And sometimes that version will kind of suck. It's okay. We've got tomorrow. We've got the next day. We've got the next hour. New beginnings. The Robin. Of course, the Robin would show up with new beginnings for a Capricorn new moon. Okay, we have our little Robin here. Cleansing, newness, grateful promise, and new birth. You cannot climb a mountain if you will not risk a fall. Robin tells you that it's now time to pull yourself from the sludge of the past, or wipe yourself. Now is the time to pull yourself from the sludge of the past, wipe yourself clean, and mend the wounds and the scratches that occurred through the journey. Your angels and guides will be on hand to help. It's a day to offer your gratitude for what you do have, and for knowing that you won't be let down if you ask, if you believe, if you expect changes can occur in your life. Because that belief within you, once again, everything happens for a reason, thinking and during painful experiences, but loss always evolves into gain. The death of situations always evolves into a promise of birth. of new beginnings. And if you can see through the clouds of despair, putting blankets over a situation and blinding yourself can cause you to see through a heartache. Emotion is truly energy in motion. And since everything is energy, money, love, work, whatever, the universe feels the vibration changing in your thoughts. And it can change it into a wonderful thing if you allow it to. Robins always come back to the same place each springtime. It's nature's way. Robin may be telling you that you just need to review your childhood and see where you may have stored away deep within your soul. See if there's forgiveness that needs to take place. Maybe you need to look up an old childhood friend. So maybe there's forgiveness to be had in the past. Maybe you can forgive yourself that you believe their words. They were never true. That was never who you were. And now we'll go to the Journey of Love cards. And we have self-initiation. The 12 energy is here with self-initiation. Look at that card. Okay, that is the back of the card. Isn't that cool? Where am I now? This one, self-initiation. Or the front cover of the book. So I don't know where the box is after all these years. I've had it for a while, but I tell you, if there was ever a deck that you wanted to get to maybe have like a weekly practice of picking a card for yourself and then meditating on it and trying to, evoke that kind of energy into your life for the following week, this would be the deck to do it with. It's a Journey of Love. Where are we going here? We're going to 12, which is about pulling it back a little bit, understanding where we have control, where we don't have control, being definitely in the moment. Oh, we'll do the poem. How this is very short, actually, compared to a lot of them. How easy to love, the words flow when it's right, I dare not tell you. You're being touched by a wave of your own light in motion. You can feel the blessings and love that are flowing towards you from within you. In an upsurging wave of love. Can you feel the blessings and love that are flowing towards you from within you? In an upsurging wave of love. This is your own pure divine nature. You can choose to empower another as the carrier of your own divinity, of course, and sometimes, if you're not quite ready to recognize your own divine essence, this needs to be. Yet, in any moment, you can choose to recognize that it is you who are initiating yourself into love, that you are a being of light, the divine, and that's drawing you forward into yourself. At any moment, you can choose to recognize yourself. Will this be such a moment? The oracle holds a message for you. There are many teachers on this path, some humble, some wise, some great companions on your life journey, and some who will enter in and out of your life quickly, perhaps imparting a helpful word or teaching you a more challenging lesson about trusting and relying upon your own wisdom. The greatest teacher, however, is life itself. You can trust in your own experiences and know that it is the divine spark within you, the life within you. That is the one true teacher who carries you home in an awakened reunion with the divine. So it's really about being authentic, of saying what you want to do, not what people expect you to do, to be, but rather what you expect of yourself, and to allow it to seep through every part of your body. The Capricorn new moon, it's a time when you can reinvent, so long as you're willing to do the hard work necessary, any part of your life or even yourself. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.